Part 10.9 Surah Yunus Jonah. Assalamu alaikum. Welcome back to Sufi Essence with Hammad Syed Kenzelaman. Quran Yunus Jonah 10:41-45. And if they deny you, then say, for me are my deeds, and for you are your deeds. You are disassociated from what I do, and I am disassociated from what you do. And among them are those who listen to you. But can you make the deaf hear, even if they do not use reason? And among them are those who look at you, but can you guide the blind, even if they do not see? Indeed, Allah does not wrong people at all, but it is people who wrong themselves. And on the day when He will gather them, as if they had not remained but an hour of the day, they will know one another. Those who denied the meeting with Allah have certainly lost, and they were not guided. These verses offer a profound and compassionate teaching on the nature of prophethood, the individual's spiritual accountability, and the consequences of spiritual blindness and deafness. The passage begins with a powerful statement of spiritual autonomy and a clear demarcation of boundaries. And if they deny you, then say, for me are my deeds, and for you are your deeds. You are disassociated from what I do, and I am disassociated from what you do. This is a liberating and crucial teaching for the Prophet, peace be upon him, and by extension, for every person who carries the message of truth. It is a command to not take the denial of others personally, and to understand that each soul is responsible for its own choices. The Prophet's peace be upon him role was to deliver the message, not to compel belief. This is the ultimate lesson in tawakkul, a complete reliance on Allah, understanding that He is the only one who can guide a Qalb. The Sufi understands this principle deeply. The journey is a solitary one, a journey of the individual Qalb to its creator. While we are called to invite others to the truth, our own spiritual success is not dependent on their acceptance or rejection of our message. This verse serves as a profound reminder to focus on our own deeds and our own relationship with Allah, rather than becoming entangled in the judgment or actions of others. The verses then use a series of powerful metaphors to describe the spiritual state of the disbelievers. And among them are those who listen to you. But can you make the deaf hear, even if they do not use reason? This deafness is not a physical ailment, but a spiritual one. Disease of the Qalb that has been so clouded by arrogance and heedlessness that it cannot receive the divine message. They hear the Prophet's peace be upon him words with their ears, but the message does not penetrate their hearts. The question, even if they do not use reason, is a profound indictment of their intellectual laziness. They have the faculties to reason and to understand the truth, but they have chosen not to use them. The Sufi path is a constant struggle against this very spiritual deafness, a process of purifying the Qalb so that it can hear the divine whispers that are all around us. The verse implies that the problem is not in the message, but in the receiver. The next verse continues this theme with an equally powerful metaphor of spiritual blindness. And among them are those who look at you. But can you guide the blind even if they do not see? The disbelievers could see the Prophet, peace be upon him. With their physical eyes, they saw his impeccable character, his trustworthiness, and the sublime beauty of the Quran he recited. Yet their spiritual eyes were blind. They could not see the light of prophethood that emanated from him. This is the ultimate spiritual tragedy, to be in the presence of a living miracle and to be unable to see it. The verse then concludes with a statement of profound divine justice. Indeed, Allah does not wrong people at all, but it is people who wrong themselves. This is a crucial teaching on the nature of free will and personal responsibility. Our spiritual state is a direct consequence of our own choices. The darkness that covers the Qalb of the disbelievers is not something that Allah has imposed upon them, but is a result of their own actions. They chose to be spiritually deaf and blind, and they have therefore wronged their own souls. This is a powerful and sobering reality, a reminder that we are the masters of our own spiritual destiny. The discourse then returns to the ultimate reality of the Day of Judgment, a reality that will expose all spiritual illusions. And on the day when He will gather them, as if they had not remained but an hour of the day, they will know one another. Those who denied the meeting with Allah have certainly lost, and they were not guided. The phrase, as if they had not remained but an hour of the day, is a powerful reminder of the fleeting nature of this worldly life. The years and decades of their existence will feel like a single, brief moment in the face of eternity. This worldly life, with all its fleeting pleasures and temptations, is a test, a brief moment in time that determines the fate of our souls for eternity. On that day, the spiritual blindness and deafness of the disbelievers will be replaced with a painful clarity. They will see the truth, and they will know their ultimate loss. The verse re-emphasizes that their loss was not a mistake or an unfortunate event, but a consequence of their deliberate choice to deny the meeting with Allah and to reject His guidance. The phrase, "and they were not guided," is the final verdict, a statement that their spiritual blindness was a direct result of their denial. From a Sufi perspective, this passage is a profound commentary on the inner state of the Qalb. The spiritual deafness and blindness described in these verses are not just abstract concepts, but are a reality that every seeker must struggle against. The veils on the Qalb are a result of our attachment to the world, our egos, arrogance, and our persistent disobedience. The Sufi path is a continuous process of removing these veils, purifying the heart so that it can hear the divine message and see the divine light. The phrase, "it is people who wrong themselves," is a powerful call to spiritual responsibility. We cannot blame anyone else for our spiritual state. Our Qalb is a garden that we must cultivate, and if we allow it to be overrun with the weeds of heedlessness and ingratitude, then we have no one to blame but ourselves. The journey of Fana is precisely about this process, annihilating the ego that creates these veils so that the soul can return to its original state of purity and receptivity. The historical context of these verses is the Meccan period, a time of immense spiritual and intellectual struggle. The Prophet, peace be upon him, faced constant denial and rejection, even from those who knew him best. The verses were a source of immense comfort and reassurance for him. They reminded him that his role was to deliver the message, and that the ultimate decision of belief or disbelief was in the hands of the individual. They also served as a powerful and compassionate warning to the disbelievers, a final call for them to reflect on their own spiritual state before it was too late. The verses were a profound and living testimony to the fact that the truth is a light that cannot be extinguished even in the face of profound denial. The reality of the Day of Judgment, where all spiritual illusions will be exposed, was the final and most powerful argument for them to awaken from their slumber and to return to the straight path. Hadith section, a hadith that beautifully complements the theme of the spiritual state of the Qalb in these verses, is found in Sahih al-Bukhari. The Prophet, peace be upon him, taught, "Verily, in the body there is a piece of flesh. If it is sound, the whole body is sound, and if it is corrupt, the whole body is corrupt. Indeed, it is the heart." Sahih al-Bukhari, Hadith 52. This profound narration speaks to the essence of the human condition. The spiritual deafness and blindness described in the Quran are not just intellectual flaws, but are symptoms of a corrupted Qalb. The Hadith makes this connection explicit. The state of our physical body is a reflection of the state of our heart. If our Qalb is pure and sound, then our deeds, our thoughts, and our actions will be pure as well. If our Qalb is corrupt, then our lives will be filled with spiritual darkness and hypocrisy. This hadith offers a powerful antidote to the spiritual ailments described in the Quran. It encourages us to focus on the purification of our Qalb, to make it the central point of our spiritual striving. For it is in the Qalb that the light of truth resides, and it is from the Qalb that this light must shine forth, guiding us to the straight path and to the ultimate reality of our return to Allah. Dua, my Lord, purify my Qalb from the disease of spiritual blindness and deafness. Make me from among those who hear your words and see your signs, and who find in your truth a source of endless light and guidance. Strengthen my heart in my faith, and do not let me be among those who wrong themselves and who deny the meeting with you. Let my life in this world be a brief hour that is filled with your remembrance, and grant me a final abode where my eyes and ears are open to the ultimate reality of your presence, O Ar-Rahman and Ar-Rahim. May Allah illuminate your heart and mind with the light of this divine ilm. May He make your channel a beacon of guidance for all who seek spiritual clarity and truth. May your efforts be a source of immense reward, and may you be granted the highest stations of paradise. May the peace and blessings of Allah always be upon you and your loved ones. May He grant you unwavering steadfastness on the path of truth, and may your work be a testament to His magnificent names, Ar-Rahman and Ar-Rahim. Amin.